Today, we are joined by the queen of BMX, a 3-time Olympic medalist, a 6-time world champion, and an absolute icon of her sport. We've been hoping to speak to her ever since Just Ride began, and she is our first ever BMX guest. It is our absolute pleasure to finally welcome Mariana Pajon to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. Finally, I'm super happy to be here with you.
Yes. So do you watch a lot of mountain biking?
Yeah, I like it, and my husband too. So sometimes we just go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow it.
I feel like Rob Warner has gone far and wide in the cycling community. It's like so crazy to like BMXers, and like I've been a huge fan of you for so long. So
thank you.
Okay, so we're in Paris. You just completed your 4th Olympic Games, but we want to go back to the start. I want to know, like, how did you get into BMX? Like, what was that first moment for you?
Okay, so I was born into a family of sports. My dad was a car driver and racer, and my mom used to do equestrian, like horses. So when I was born, we didn't have no choice to find a sport. So my parents took us to a lot of sports. They took me to the swimming pool, and it was too cold. So when I was doing swimming classes, my mom will go for me after, and I was at the spa jacuzzi waiting for her. And I did gymnastics for a lot of time too. But then once we passed through a BMX track, and my older brother told my parents, like, I want to do this sport. Like, I want to ride a bike. I want to jump like them. And he started racing, and I started to go with him, and there were no girls. So my mom was super scared, and I told her, like, I want to do it, but this is not a sport for girls. Like, why not? I want to do it. I want to be like my brother. My dad started to ride too, and yeah, I started to go with him to races, and just got in love with it and try it and start racing with the boys. And my parents just took me to the track then.
Yeah. What was it about riding a BMX bike that you loved so much?
I think I felt I was super shy and a girl that couldn't even talk to people or say hi to people. But when I took my handlebars, it was like me. I was in control. I was in my comfort zone, and I was happy. So just try to go on. That feeling of to be scared to jump something new or something just drive me. Like, it's so cool. And that's why I got in love with the bike, with the atmosphere, with my friends around. And I was 4 years old. Like, I was a baby.
Yeah, that's insane.
But I was happy, and they saw that I was happy, that I was smiling. So yeah, that's why.
And is there like a big cycling culture in Colombia? Like, is there, or even before we even get into the like cycling culture, is there a big BMX culture?
It wasn't. BMX was really small, and I remember going and qualifying for so many things and telling people at my school or around my city, I'm going to this race, and what are you doing? BMX racing. What is that? So it's a bike, it's like motocross but with a bike. And what is that? No, they didn't know about BMX. They took a lot of years to know. But yeah, we have a cyclist culture in Colombia. People move in bikes, and because of a lot of things, because our culture, because it was it's cheaper to buy a bike, to move by a bike. Yeah, I think we have a huge bike culture.
Do you remember the race that got you hooked? Was there, and I'm curious too, like, was it that you won the race? Like, was it the competing? Like, I know you love riding, but like, why racing as well?
Okay, so once I was 4 when I was already going every day to the track with my brother. But then I heard on the mic at the track, like, there's going to be a race and it's free to sign up. So when I heard that, I went straight to the office, tried to jump because I was 4. They couldn't see me, so I was jumping like, yay, hey, I want to sign up. They couldn't, so I had to go around and knock the door. Please, I want to sign up. What's your address? I didn't know my address, my phone number, like nothing. So just gave my parents' name and going back to the house. My parents didn't know. I'm going back to the house with my brother. He finished training, and I told them like, hey, I signed up. I'm racing next Saturday. What? So that's the first time they knew and I knew this was my thing.
You can come to my race. Maybe I can get you a ticket. It's no problem.
Yeah, you can go and watch me. I didn't even have helmet or a special like BMX bike.
Yeah.
I was always riding with my brother's stuff, like my brother's gear and stuff.
Yeah, it's just huge.
And yeah, everything was huge. Everything was red. Like, no. So then my parents got me a bike, a pink helmet, I remember, and to just have the time and to just be able to race because I didn't have anything to race.
So one of the things that we like to do on Just Ride is kind of explain what the discipline is. So can you explain maybe the structure of BMX? Like you have these heats. How many people do you race against? How long are the races? What does it look like?
Okay, so I try to explain to everyone, even for someone that had never seen my sport before. So we are in a dirt track. So we have a lot of rounds. We have to qualify. It's a 8-meter hill gate. So every time 8 riders go into the track and compete, and 4 we go through the next round. So every time the best 4 riders qualify, till the end, we are the best 8 riders in the main event. A track can be from 350 meters to 450 or 500 now, and we can take 30 seconds or 45 seconds. That depends. Every track is different. And yeah, who passes first wins.
I feel like that sounds a lot simpler than it actually is. Even the bikes feel like they're very simple. Can you talk to me about the bikes? Because like it's separate than a mountain bike. There's no suspension. There's no gears like there is on road bikes and mountain bikes and stuff like that. What's been the progression that you've seen since you first started?
A lot of progression.
Really?
I've developed since I started. The materials of the bike. Yeah, it's a simple bike. So it's a 20-inch rim. Small bike, 1 brake. V-brake for me, that there is a lot of disc brakes now. We have carbon frames now. We didn't have that before. Titanium, everything is super light. So my bike will be 7 kilos. And if it's more, that I have to change something.
Really? Are you super
less pizza?
are you super particular about your bike setup?
I do. I've been, my dad with the kart racing and stuff, he was super into my bike every time. So making holes in the frame so it'll be lighter. So yeah, I love to set up my bike and work on my bike and stuff. Yeah.
What's something that you can't ride if it's not right? Is it like brake, like the angle of the brake, or like what is it?
So I have a couple of things. So yeah, because we are riding every time with the finger on the brake. So the brake has to be same every time. So we have maybe 2-3 bikes with us, a spare bike. They have to be the same in case you have to change your bike. And I'm super with this. I'm crazy.
Do you measure it like millimeters?
Yeah, yes.
How many millimeters is it? Do you know it by heart?
Yeah. So I have this thing that I know that I put it there and the brake is ready. Obviously my handlebars they have to be straight, and I take a little time. So they all build their bikes. We build it super fast, and it's me organizing the thing. No, and I do a lap, and I have a tool with me every time, so I have to do it again because I feel like I'm riding with my bike on the side.
Do you have any superstitions?
I do. I always ride with different color socks and gloves.
Well, where did that start?
Well, the socks are super fun story because I used to race in the US for a team there, and I was super young. I had this opportunity. So to know a little bit more, it was hard to come from a country that didn't know about BMX and didn't believe in BMX. So we had this so many races, and I didn't have any support. So I had this opportunity to race in the US. I left home at 12 years old to go there and to train and to live and to race. But I was 12, so I was riding with a team. Oh, they were all grown-ups. They were all leads and big. So I was staying every time with the manager of the team. She was super nice to me, but it was crazy. We had to wake up really early because I had to go to the track with her because I was 12. Couldn't like stay at the hotel. Yeah. So I had to put the tents up for the team and stuff. And once I used to race in my class and another class with it's a cruiser class. It's a bigger bike.
Yeah.
And I was 12 and I was racing 18-year-old girls.
No way.
I couldn't win any race. I was always second.
Was that because there wasn't a class, or you were just too good to race with girls your age?
Because I wanted to. So we had two bikes in BMX, 20-inch and 24. So right. I used to race my class in 20, but 24-inch. I used to race the older girls to just feel the thing. Yeah. You know.
You can say it. You were just really, really good.
No. But yeah, anyways. I used to race with them. I was always second. And I was always super sad and crying. And once I went super early to the track and I took my stuff really fast and took the two different color socks. I just mixed it up and had a mistake, and I ride to the track, so like one orange, one pink. I was like, oh my God, okay. And the uniform was blue, so I was like, all colors, like, okay, don't care. And that time I won that class. It was my first time I won.
And so you were just like everything. What was different? Okay, the socks.
Yeah, it was the socks. So I started riding, and even like my everyday, I have two different color socks now. So yeah.
Actually,
yes.
Oh, so it's just like a daily thing.
Yeah, I cannot just. I can't. They're all.
What What will happen if you don't get the socks?
I just don't feel myself. Like no, I prefer to take the socks off. No socks.
Yeah, if you had two like same color socks, you just like, I can't wear socks today. No socks.
Yes. And the gloves is the same. Like socks, I cannot see them, but the gloves. You saw my first games. I was there, and I was super. I was stressed, and I had a lot on me and a lot of pressure, and I just wanted to do something that made me feel and be there, like here and now. So I was watching the gloves. Yes, this is me, no one else. That's me, like different colors, and just trying to So that's why I race with that.
There's so many like things I want to talk about. One of them is like in BMX, you are racing other people. Right. Like, and it's such a explosive sport, and you look at like the 100-meter or athletics in general, yes. And you have to stay in your lane. Like if you go out of your lane, you're disqualified, but on a BMX bike, you come out of the gate. And if I can get an elbow on you, then that's almost everything that matters. It's like, tell me about competing against other people at such a high intensity.
I was trying to explain this to people yesterday. So why you're going everywhere, and why you're touching the tail? It's like having 8 lions that are starving for a month, and there is fresh meat in the finish line. There's fresh meat in the finish line.
That is actually what it feels like. Like, why is it? Is that? And it just feels as well like at every moment. So there's like so many different moments where there can be like a collision, you know, out of the start, first jump, first turn, last turn, like. Tell me about, explain more about just the competing against other people.
We don't like to call it, but we are a contact sport. Like we do, like we have contact, we have to close your line. You need this gate for the next round. So you need to have the fastest lap, so no one can go. If don't go, like someone will go in the inside, then your time is not gonna be a good time. So you want to win. You go there is a gate that is stopping you, and after that it's just hello, all right, till the finish line. And that's our it's our sport. It's inside us. Like we just go there. there is a one rider there. Sorry, I'm going. Anyway, maybe I'm not going through there, but yeah, we're gonna try.
Where do you make passes on a BMX track? Anywhere?
Anywhere. Just pray. Close your eyes and maybe you're gonna make it through. Yeah, you pass everywhere, even on a jump or a lot of, like in the turns, we do a lot of passes in the turns. But yeah, it's just 35 seconds. You have to just, if you can pass it in the gate, like in the snap there, and you just close one there, just one less.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Tell me about the start, because I also want to know like how you optimize for it, because there's no gears, and the first kind of 2 pedal strokes mean so much. How does that work? Like, do you train for leg speed? Like, is there some trade-off that you kind of make?
It's crazy how much time we take and how the amount of work we take to just for those 2 first pedals. It's crazy. So we work as a 400-meter athlete. Like,
okay.
We need to have the power. We need to have so we go to the gym, and yeah, we can do a lot of weights in squat rack, and we do a lot of sprints, and that's why BMX racers go to velodrome, and they are really powerful, and that's why they stay so many times in the track, in the velodrome, because we are really powerful. We need to do a lot of plyo, so jumping, and at the gate, so it's random gate. There is a voice that is sounding. We have a light also, but it's random. So reaction time and the technique to go out of the gate is crazy. If we go to the track 3 times a week to ride, the next sessions that it was a day, it's just for those first 2 pedals.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is your technique? Because there is like, it's like random start, and then there's beeps.
Yeah. So it's a sound. So it's okay, riders, random start, riders ready, watch the gate, and then in any time to 0 to 3 seconds, it can drop, and the light will go on. So when it's red, just go. And there is a technique to go out of the gate. So we work it since we are babies on the track. So yeah, we have to work really hard, biomechanics and stuff.
And one of the things I always thought about was like, if there is any sort of collaboration on a team. So like in road, you would draft or whatever, or if like you have a teammate, like, are they maybe blocking for you or something like that? Does that happen?
Yeah, we've seen that. It's not easy because it's really fast, and you cannot predict. It's if you are on gate 1 and then your teammate is in gate 6, right. You're not gonna even, like, you don't know who's there. Yeah. You're just gonna, and you want to win. Even your teammate wants to win. But we have seen some stuff with teamwork. Yeah, and sometimes it works, like to block the race. Or when it's teams, not national teams, but maybe teams. Like, sure, yeah. There is one that so your mission is go to this rider and to block this rider, or to block the race, or to stop the race. But it's hard to tell in BMX because it's really fast and everything happens so fast.
Yeah. And because it happens so fast, like, talk to me about the mindset, because I feel like the shorter the race is, and especially when you combine it with like the skill, you have to have such a strong mentality. How have you developed that? Like, how has that progressed throughout the years for you?
I think that's the most important thing. Even if you are the strongest or the fastest, if your mind is not there, if you're not strong enough in your mind, then you're not gonna win. Even races, you win races because you are strong mentally. I think that develops through the years. That's coming from home, your parents, or the one that took you to the track, what they told you and taught you. Like, how did they approach to you when you were scared to jump something, when you were scared to go on toward this race? And we have mental coaches. So we take a lot of time in the gym, at the track, doing sprints outside. and mental training.
Yeah. What does that look like? I think, if for amateur athletes, we hear pros talk about like mental coaches. What is the difference between having like a mental coach and just like trying to do it yourself?
I think you can also do it yourself, but you don't know anything. Like you need someone that knows more than you and to tell you what you don't want to hear. So I think it's really important. You have to work. If you work, I work 6-7 hours per day, but mentally it's the whole day.
Yeah, you're always on.
Always on. And we have this, so I have with my coaches maybe one per week with him on a meeting. But I have homework, a lot of homework. And yeah, you have to work visualization to stay focused to try. Because going to a big race and with a lot of expectations, pressure on everyone expecting you to win. You have to make sure you are settled and you know how to handle these situations, crazy, and to make good decisions really fast in our race inside. So your body has to move so fast, but your mind has to go really slow. So you have to work, and that's even harder than the body work, like the gym sessions and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it was always like the better I got at sport, the more I realized that it was the mental side mattered even more.
Yes, it's really important. It's really important because not the fastest will win.
Right.
And most of the times it's not the strongest that wins. It's the one that was ready to win and that won before even the race started. So I think, yeah, the mind is really, really important, and you have to work really hard. And mental health and stuff is really important also.
So talk to me about Rio, because you had won in London and you go to Rio, like there's even more pressure on you. It's kind of like you're kind of like home continent race. Yeah. Like, how was that? How did that feel?
That was crazy. It was crazy because my first time London was a dream come true. Just going there and leave it. And the whole atmosphere was crazy. A lot of people. But then Rio, my family was there.
Right.
The crowd was Colombian. It was all yellow. And the expectations, because to win it once, it's okay. But to go into a second and say, like, you're going to win this one, and going to the gate and it's time, you have to win this one, because coming from a country like Colombia, we really need to win. We really need to cry because of happiness and not different stuff. So going there, it was so crazy. Yeah, a lot of pressure. I remember I was like number one in the world at the moment, so I had no choice just to go and win. But it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was hard, but it was so cool. I remember the track was super nice. It was going a little bit downhill. Everything was big. It was really nice.
Mariana, it's crazy to hear you talk about it. It feels like you almost carry the weight of your entire country on your shoulders. Yeah. How do you do that? Like, I can't even imagine.
It's hard to tell, but it's different. When I try to tell this story to my teammates and stuff, we better have bikes than guns. That's how big it is, and try to be and to live a legacy, not just handle like a medal in the wall. Be more than that. I think that's my mission for my country, and that's why I have all the weight of my country, and I know I have their energy too. But I think I have this mission, this responsibility for my country. I didn't have much support growing up, but I don't want any other girl or boy to don't have the support I didn't have to. So I think that's the way I also ride with. But I'm super proud to ride for Colombia, to ride for my country, to ride for them, and the opportunities that gave me to ride for Colombia, and that everybody knows my sport. And yeah.
You have this tattoo, Beyond Golden. What does that mean?
So I remember coming back from London. So it was it was so cool because my life changed after that. It was crazy. Nobody knew about me before or my sport, but my life changed completely, and I had to deal with it because your dream is to be the best, and you work hard to be the best, but you're not ready for what happens after. And I didn't know how big it was. Like the race in London, the airplanes and the airlines stopped to watch the race. The universities took the days off and
Crazy.
months, and yeah, and I didn't know. That was good that I didn't know. It was good. But after that, my life changed completely, and I came back home and I lost my name a little bit. So I wasn't Mariana Pajon. I was the gold medalist. So I was going to a mall or an event or something, and they will just introduce me. Okay, here is the champ. I started like listening to this, and I like, no, I'm more than gold. I'm more than a medal, and I'm beyond gold. I'm beyond that. So that's why I have this tattoo.
How did you come back from that? Like, I think that so many people like lose themselves to fame. Like, you lose your identity. What was that journey like for you?
For me, it was hard because I was a shy girl. That's why I started doing BMX, and that's why they pushed me to do some sports and stuff, because I was really shy. And I didn't want this. Because my whole dream was to be the best, but I didn't want to be famous, or I didn't need that, not at all. But I had to deal with it. And I think family is really important, the ones that are around you. My team really helped me. But the first couple of months, I got sick. I wanted to retire. I wanted to just go inside my apartment, that I couldn't even. They would just knock me, or they would wait outside.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was super crazy. Because I was just going to a shopping mall with my friends.
Yeah.
At school, or going to school like a normal girl.
Yeah.
And now I couldn't even go out of my apartment. It was crazy. I didn't have any time. Like, my schedule, it was like my whole day was full of things. I was going around my country and around South America, flying that commercial flight. I couldn't take a commercial plane anymore, so I was having my own plane everywhere.
Wild,
like,
Mariana.
I didn't have any, but I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't want to have this attention. I didn't want attention. I just wanted to win something that I dreamed of, and it was done. It was achieved. But now I have to deal with this. And my family helped me a lot. And going back to the track, because I couldn't even go back to my local track in Medellin, going back there and try to have this time with my bike and to race again, that's what really helped me, because otherwise I'll be lost.
Yeah, getting back on your bike. So do you remember like the first couple of races, maybe big races that you did? Like,
yeah, it was crazy because before I was racing local races, national races, and I saw like we have this national near my city. So I told my parents, like, let's go there, like I used to. And we took our car, we went there, we arrived. Oh, the whole city was waiting for me. I couldn't, like, BMX we are a family. We don't have like this special place in the track that is closed so people don't go in. Like, no, we are open. And that race was chaotic. So I was with my tent. So we built the tent, and we were surrounded by people, but maybe thousands of people. And I was trying to, so I lost one motor because I didn't have the time to grab my bike and go to the gate. It was, people went into the track. It was crazy. That's what I thought, like, my life, it's changing now.
did you ever think like, I just don't even want to do this anymore?
Yeah, after that I got sick, and I said, like, no, this is not making me happy anymore, and it's hard. But then I realized they are really happy. They are here for me. They just want to see me or even touch me because they are happy, they are proud. We don't have we have cried a lot because of sadness in my country. So making them proud and happy, that's why one day I say, like, I cannot handle this, but I have to, and I have to deal with it, and I have to understand that I can do something more than than this. So that's why I started my foundation, and I started to organize stuff. And now I needed a team around me to go to a national, but I kept doing the nationals and stuff, and just try to just keep being myself.
Yeah. What has that meant to you to start the foundation? Like, and what does it do?
I think growing up in a country that didn't have any support, like I didn't have any support from no one there. And I remember my dad going to the federation, the cycling federation, and asking them, there is my girl, she's world champion now, and yeah, we can go to this is bigger stage, and please, we need help, because it was really expensive to go out of Colombia every time. We need help. And they were like laughing in his face. So I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to give boys and girls opportunities. So when I came back from London, I was with my mom, who's a teacher, my brother, who's a lawyer, and they told me, like, why don't we start a foundation and try to help more kids? Not just in sports, but education, because that's another stuff. And so we started to do the foundation, and we started to have a team, and to see them, how they grew up, and what they achieved in life. Because we didn't want champions. We did want people with bikes and no guns. That's how big it was.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. That's so cool. Well, what does it look like when you look at the next generation? Like, I feel like you have inspired so many girls, like so many young women, to pursue BMX. Like, do you see that impact that you've made?
I think so. Yes, because when I started, there were no girls riding. Yeah. Then I grew up, and there were maybe 5 older than me, maybe a little one. But now, yeah, after London, the sport in Colombia grew up 600%. It was crazy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, and now there's a lot of people riding, and a lot of girls.
Yeah.
So we have like classes, full classes with semifinals. So they have to just go through hits, because there is a lot, and there is 8 on the final. So yeah, I'm really proud of what my sport is now. Like, I used to say I was a BMX racer, and they didn't even know what it was. So it's really nice.
Have you had any like wild experiences, like, because of that fame? Like, obviously you guys have Tour de France winners. Have you like gotten to do anything really special that you never would have otherwise?
I think a lot of opportunities. It's crazy if I go back and just remember coming back from London. There were people waiting for me in tents, like they were sleeping in tents, camping outside my hotel. Oh, like, what? I just seen that happens to Madonna or Michael Jackson.
And Mariana Pajon.
It was crazy. I remember having my teammate Carlos Oquendo, who got also a bronze medal in London. I was like with him eating a hamburger at the hotel. So we did have different rooms, and I told him, please come, because I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Watching outside, so just like getting this hamburger, looking outside the window, and there were like tents around, thousands of people waiting for me to just wave.
You're like queen. Well, yeah, I guess we did call you the queen of BMX. It's actually true.
It's crazy. It was crazy. But after that, a lot of opportunities, things that open doors. And I don't know, even the Thunderbirds went to Colombia, and they took me around in their planes. Like,
no way.
We want to take Mariana. Like, this kind of stuff that I couldn't imagine. Like, I think about them, and I still cannot imagine. Like, I cannot just realize that happened to me.
all because of sport.
Because of a small bike. Yeah,
totally.
It's crazy.
I want to go back to like BMX racing for like 1 second, because I think people kind of like misunderstand it sometimes. Like you said, it's just like a small bike. What is something that people misunderstand most about BMX?
That we do tricks. So,
Can you
so
do
every
it?
time, like, yeah, can you do a backflip?
Yeah, totally. That is the question of all questions.
The hardest thing I can do is this. I used to do a lot of tricks, but not now. I'm old.
Did you ever learn to do a backflip?
Yes, I did.
You had to. Yeah.
I did. I was a gymnast, so that was a little bit easier.
Right,
but then I
sure.
crashed so many times. I remember crashing, and yeah, I stopped because I was focused on one thing. But yeah, every time they ask, so what you do? What kind of tricks? So I'm like, no, just racing. I'm not that cool.
Yeah. But surely you can do like something, right? No-hander.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the most thing.
you mentioned injuries. Like you've had some pretty big injuries in your career. Has there been any that kind of like stick out to you? I mean,
Yes, a lot. So I have more broken bones than world titles. So I had
I think, well, you say that for you, that's impressive, but
It is.
I think for most people, that's, most people have zero. So
yeah. So I have 18 world titles. I have 24 broken bones.
crazy.
Oh, like I tell people like it hurts. BMX hurts. I think I was really crazy growing up. So I was riding with boys.
Yeah.
And they will tell me like, just go and jump, like this pro section, just boys section, elite, world class. I was a 10-year-old girl. Like, you can jump it. You think I can? Okay, I'll do it. And I was just missing the whole thing. 50. So I broke a lot of bikes and a lot of bones. But I think that the hardest was a knee injury that I had before Tokyo. ACL and everything. Like, I completely tore my knee apart, and I had 3 surgeries, and the nerve was touched, so I had to learn how to walk again and to go into the bike again. So that took me a year.
Wow.
I was a year of
And was that the one where you didn't even crash? You just put your crazy
down.
Yeah.
So I unclipped going down the hill, got a sandwich, and I had to unclip and put my feet up. Down and boom, exploded.
So what's the key to coming back from injury?
It's not easy, and like when you know you're injured, you know you have a broken bone when you crash, or even before crashing, you know it's gonna be a hard one. Even if you try to land, but coming back is the races you lose. It's not how hard it's gonna be or rehab or if it's gonna hurt, but the races and the time you're losing on your bike. That's the most painful
difficult thing.
part. Yeah,
I'm losing so many races while I'm gone.
Yeah, that's why I started watching you, because I had this time off. I'm like, okay, on my computer watching you guys. I think that's the most hard thing, is to see races pass you and you're not strong enough, or
Did you get some advice that maybe you can share with like young athletes, maybe from your mental coach, about mentally how you come back from injuries? What advice would you give?
First of all, it was really hard for me to accept that I was injured. So okay, I cannot change it. This is what it is. This is what I have. So first of all, accept what you have, and then mark yourself a time and beat the medics. If they tell you you have to be 4 months out, then tell them they're wrong. And start your process. And it's part of your story. I've been injured my whole career, like every time, and so many surgeries and stuff. But every time I come back is because I wanna ride again. I wanna go. So that's my main motivation, to ride again. I don't know if I'm gonna be strong enough, or I don't know, with my knee, I didn't know if I was going to be Mariana again, or if I was going to win again. It was crazy. I gained more than 10 kilos. So even my race pants didn't fit. It was crazy, but I told myself, no, I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna ride my bike again. So you're gonna be okay. The sun is gonna come back again. I think it just one day at a time, and main motivation, beat the medics.
What is next for Mariana Pajon?
So I have a lot of dreams. I still want to ride my bike. And more than just winning now, I'm just having so much fun. And that's my happy place. Like I grabbed my handlebars since day one when I wanted to just go and catch my brother. And this is my happy place. So I want to do this. I wanted to try more of cycling, not just BMX. So maybe different bikes. And keep doing this because I love it.
We can get you on a downhill bike.
If you teach me. I tried. And yeah, oh man, it's hard. You guys are crazy.
I think you would be great at it. I think you would be absolutely great.
I can try. I want to try it. I really want to try. And this summer I'm going to some downhill places.
No way.
Yeah. So I couldn't do it before because I was saving and didn't want to crash. But now I'm up to it.
The wild side of Mariana is coming back out on a bike. Do you, like you said, you have so many dreams. Can you share maybe one of the dreams that you have for the future?
So I want to start a team, a BMX team, and ride with them. That's a really main goal. For me, like in my career, I want to, I didn't have time to go to some races because with the qualification period and stuff, I just want to go to these races that I couldn't before and just race for fun and go around. I want to do these clinics around the world. So I want to do the tour around the world doing clinics to Thailand, maybe those places that they don't have opportunity or coaches. I want to go there. So that's a big dream.
And maybe my last question is like, do you feel like you have anything left to achieve? Like, does that just shift to different things or?
I think the things changes sometimes. Obviously I train and I work to win and it's my main goal, motivation. But now it's like, you're doing it for fun. You're not doing it for anyone or because of you have to or because expectations. It's just because I love this. I really love this. And it's really fun. Like this couple of years, I've been riding because I just want to do it for me. And because this is my dream and because I really wanted to remember why I started. Yeah. And this little girl, why she started BMX. That's why I'm having so much fun on my bike.
Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much for coming on. This is awesome.
Thank you for having me. And now I'm here. I used to watch you and this is amazing. Great opportunity, great honor. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that we might not live up to all the other things, but actually I will say this is the biggest media podcast, any interview you've ever done, you know?
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Me too. This is really, really amazing.
Yeah, glad we could give you the opportunity. Yeah.
And take me to the downhill track. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, talk soon.
Thank you.